This is TWiT.
Later on, we might well learn how to use a paper bag and a hairdryer to air fry a pizza from prison, but we'll get to that later.
Is it a TikTok?
Of course, yes.
You in TikTok.
You in TikTok.
I'm the future, right? I was on TikTok before Zuckerberg discovered it. I'm there on TikTok. I'm part of the future.
I think it's not important, but I'm gonna. Since we're here, I'll bring it up. There have been a couple of stories this week about TikTok. One using its now gone news feed to feed Americans disinformation. And there's now this is a story from Gizmodo. Leaked documents from within TikTok reveal how the company games out responses to tricky questions. In other words, how they handle PR. It's a PR trove of PR documents. Gizmodo got it. TikTok master messaging and TikTok key messages. Both are explanations of press talking points in English. They include a version translated into an unnamed European language.
Like it's a secret language?
Well, Gizmodo's not naming the language to protect the sourcing of the document.
Finland's a small place.
Yeah, right. What do you mean? I do not have any documents. What? The larger of the two, a 53-page TikTok master messaging document. Actually, I would love to see this. I don't think it's an indictment of TikTok. Every company.
No, everybody has.
I was going to say, doesn't every big company do something like this?
Yeah, and you have Q&As about what are the questions we're most vulnerable to?
Yeah.
What are our answers to? Sure, they all.
So, among other things, you could completely predict this. Downplay the parent company ByteDance. Downplay the China Association. It's owned by China. Downplay AI. Emphasize TikTok as a brand/platform. Employees should stress that although young people love TikTok, this is exactly the PR speak. You can see it coming from their mouths. Although young people love TikTok, the app is only for users aged 13 and above. Because of course.
Well, that's an admission. Wait, that's an admission that people under 13 are using it, because how else would they know that they love it?
Love it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm a little biased. I know you are too, Jeff. We love TikTok. I could see the potential if they're starting to feed me Chinese propaganda.
Right.
But you know what?
What if they're convincing you to take Tide Pods?
Which, by the way, is complete moral panic, right?
Yes,
I know
that. This is local news media, especially local TV, loves this stuff. Oh, kids are eating Tide Pods thanks to TikTok. None of this is really what's going on TikTok.
No,
I mean, the misinformation I see on TikTok is the same misinformation
everywhere.
I can find on podcasts,
Twitter,
YouTube,
and newspapers and magazines.
Because it's human
Twitter.
beings spreading it.
Yeah. So one of the people, actually, the fun thing about the cruise is to get to meet our audience. We have a really interesting audience. One of the people in our audience, and he came down in his dress uniform at the fancy meal, works for the Army. I said, well, what do you do? He says, I'm in human. I said, what? Human
intelligence.
Human intelligence. I said, oh, that's interesting. He said, yeah, I was at Abu Ghraib. I was an interrogator. Whoa.
You're very nice to you, sir.
Later today, we'll do a demonstration on waterboarding and its uses. But he was a sweet guy, really nice guy. He was not torturing people, I'm pretty sure. He would work with an interpreter. He said, you get a lot of people who want to tell you stuff, so you talk to them. And you get the information.
They're being waterboarded?
Well, no, I don't think he was torturing anybody. He was too sweet a guy. But he did say, in a darkly ominous tone, that civilians have no idea the depths that foreign governments are going to subvert our democracy, to subvert our beliefs, to create dissension and chaos in this country using, a variety of techniques, social media, and so forth, and the platforms. Yeah. I mean, this isn't an eye opener. But
they're going after the vulnerable who are already leaning that way, and they push them.
Exactly.
They don't push everybody. They push a very few, and a very few spread the disinformation.
That's all it takes. All you have to do is go to a Trump rally.
Then it gets amplified on media.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what, though? I'm more and more convinced, whatever that number is, the 30% that are mush minds have always been that way,
Yes.
and always will be that way,
Yes.
and will always be susceptible. But it doesn't take Russia or China to do it.
Heck, it can be.
And
your
also,
neighbor.
Elie Mystal points out that we have a constitution that enables that 30% to end up running the country.
Well, there is a problem there, and a problem that should be probably structurally fixed, which is that we do have a minority rule situation in the U.S. Now it's even more dramatic because we essentially have a Supreme Court that is there for life, that is unelected, that is essentially going to change the face of American life. But let's not talk about that.
Let's talk about
you.
pink sauce.
We were saying before, we'll get
No pink sauce.
we were saying before the show, but I want to reiterate that recommendation which Jeff gave us during the cruise.
Yeah.
I was reading Allow Me to Retort, Elie Mystal, Mystal's stunning book, A Black Guy's Guide to the Constitution.
You were listening to it.
I was listening to it, recommended on Audible because his voice is amazing. And it's very powerful, very, very hard to disagree with.
Absolutely.
Highly recommended. Mystal, Allow Me to Retort on Audible is very good.